Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends, and glad you could attend. Come inside, Movie Maniacs, as we take a look at Dead Bodies in number 223. Yes, the Dead Bodies in number 223. Co-directed by Jason Hoover and Bobby Easley, and written by Jason Hoover, giving us the story of Bill Hardesty, who is not happy at home at all, and he's not happy with his job, and he's looking for a little fun. Well, he finds fun in the form of the version you pay by the hour, and he rents a room for having this fun. Well, soon he gets more than what he paid for in the form of two dead bodies in this hotel room, and him trying to figure out exactly what he's going to do about them. Meanwhile, there's a pimp hot on the trail of two ladies of his who are missing, and he's trying to figure out why they're missing, where they're at, and if it's because of their last trick. And we see how all of this comes together in the Dead Bodies in number 223. I didn't know what to expect about this film, and I love films I don't know a lot about, and let me tell you, I enjoyed the story of this movie quite a bit. Bill Hardesty, played by Nate Colombe, and I liked his character quite a bit. This guy who you're sitting there going, you shouldn't be doing this, man, but he does. But you can feel his regret and his emotion and his confusion when these two bodies end up dead in his hotel room, and I like the way he went about it. He did some smart things, but he also made some dumb decisions as well. I like that. It kind of felt real for his character. And then the pimp who is looking for his ladies, Slaymaker, played by Dustin Wade Hokie. Oh my God. This guy, I loved his character. This guy was so interesting, and he had some charisma, but at the same time he was scary as hell, and you just didn't want him to catch up with Bill, because you knew something bad was going to happen, because this guy was a really badass, and I enjoyed his performance as well. Dustin does great as Slaymaker in here. We also get Ellie Church in here as Ellie Hardesty, and it was great seeing her for the short time she's on screen. We could have used some more Ellie Church, but I think every film could use more Ellie Church in it. One of the things that really stood out for me, though, for this thriller was the camera work. Jason Hoover's camera work in this film rocked. There's stuff in here I did not expect to see in a micro-budget indie film like this. Shots from the side of a car, the way he handled the camera in some of the scenes, like framed them in the hotel room to keep things visually interesting. I loved all of that, and how he handled that camera work. It really kept things interesting and kept you in this film. Now, I will say there are a few scenes where I wish there may have been some trimming going on. I felt this tension of the cars and they're driving to go get materials, or the Slaymaker driving around trying to find his ladies, but I think a few of those scenes went just a little bit too long. Had they been trimmed up, I think I would have stayed more into it, more tense, but after a little while I just started to relax a little bit. I'm like, oh, okay, but then things pick up again. So there is a little humor written in here, and there's an interesting scene with the Slaymaker as well, which caught me off guard, but I realized why it was put in there. It was kind of showing you where Slaymaker was actually in the pecking order of the underworld of the town that this was going on in, and it was an interesting angle to take to give a little bit more depth to the Slaymaker character. And I will say, for the ending, it was creative, and it brought a smile to my face. So overall, I think the Dead Bodies in number 223 is worth your watch if you like independent thrillers. Again, some of the scenes I think may have needed to be trimming, but overall, there's some fun performances in here and an interesting story that plays out unexpectedly, which is always an enjoyable time. So there you have it, folks. Check it out. I'll put as much information about it down below as I can. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate your support. Until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub.